Sir, if you need any kind of help from my side, I think I can guide you with that.
Chetan, just I'm connecting. Just give me 2 minutes, okay?
No issue, sir. No issue, sir. I just was
No,
proactively asking
yeah,
if you have any
okay,
problems, then okay.
Can you see slide, please?
Yeah, yes,
It's
sir. It is visible.
audible. YS.
Yes, sir. It is audible. It's clear,
Okay.
and your slides are visible, sir.
Okay, just
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, sir.
So still time is there.
Sir, it is time, sir. You can have another few minutes if you want. Otherwise, we can start with the session.
Yeah, I'll take another 1 minute. Then you can start. In between, you can start introduction.
Okay, sir. No problem. No worries, sir. Okay, so good morning once again, dear participants. Now I have a great privilege to introduce the speaker of session number 2 for this day. Dr. Sashibhushan Aya is having his BTech and MTech completed from NIT Jaipur in metallurgy and materials engineering. And he also has his PhD in corrosion science and engineering from IIT Bombay. He has more than 14 years of teaching and research experience. He has guided around 44 master students and 4 PhD students, on which he has 7 PhD scholars right now under his wing, as well as 5 master degree students. He has published more than 77 peer-reviewed research papers in highly reputed international journals. And okay, so he has received 7 Best Research Paper awards at various national and international conferences. He has 2 research grants from the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. His present research are tribocorrosion, metallic passivity, nano-composite coatings, metallic foams for biomedical application, pipeline corrosion, and battery degradations. So we are very much privileged to have you, sir, for providing the knowledge in this talk. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Chetanji. So it's audible? Voice is clear?
It is clear, sir. It is clear.
Okay. So to save my bandwidth, I just turn off my camera.
Okay.
And
okay.
share my slide, and just tell me, because I'm using little bit pen also, pointer. So YS and pointer is synchronized or not. Sometimes YS will go fast and pointer will go little late. So please let me know both the things actually.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So I'll just share complete slide.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. So thank you once again, organizing team, for wonderful this Atal Academy FDP program. And fortunately, I attended yesterday one talk from Mr. Gupta. He's one of the best person in this area, especially when you talk about the processing part. And I'm not the real man of magnesium alloy or magnesium product, but few work we have done actually at NITK Surathkal. And as already my introduction is given, so I just skip this slide. Okay. And you know that NIT Karnataka Surathkal Mangalore is one of the best for the place according to me, because the one of the institute which are very close to the RVMC. Okay. And if you talk about the academic and research position, we are also moving very positive way. So once again, with this small introduction, I'll just give my content. My outline, if you talk about this content, is not divided into 3 parts actually, and you given me 2 sessions, okay, session 2 and session 3 today. So first part, I'll try to cover about the basic corrosions, what is really corrosion actually, and first part according to me, and second part, everything what I'm going to cover in the case study, either the magnesium alloy, what is a given topic, and the ultrafine grain, or you talk about the target is the nano magnesium alloy and nano magnesium product actually, and some of the other research work from my research group I'll like to share. So what we can see here is the first part is the introduction. I'll try to make you more interested. Please forgive me, everything is not magnesium corrosion point of view. So I am giving you free of cost more iron now. So you require iron is equally important than magnesium. Magnesium, people talk too much. Magnesium is very demanding, no doubt. And everybody is working in metal area. Magnesium is a very demanding or hot cake nowadays because of the various regions, and regions already given by the previous speakers. So many people are talking about the magnesium. I will talk a little bit later actually, but I would like to correlate the corrosion problem of magnesium with respect to iron. Why iron still we are using, and please, I'm trying to connect both. When I'm giving the example of corrosion of iron, it means corrosion of magnesium in similar way when you talk about the science or technology point of view. So first part, the NITK Surathkal, as I told you, it is the very closest to the Arabian Sea. Okay, and we have our own beach. Those who have visited this place, it's one of the beauty is our own beach actually. But I'm not going to share the beach, all these things. I would like to share about the corrosion of perspective. You can see here, this is the one beam is there, RCC beam is there. People want to sit in this particular area, but why I'm sharing with you, because this particular product, this is called the RCC product actually, and this product is made of concrete and steel. And near to the coastal belt, or near to the very close to the Arabian Sea, how this beam is failed within 3 to 4 years. That is a very question mark, and that's why I captured photograph through my mobile phone, and just going to tell you how dangerous is a material in the coastal belt area. So in this particular case, the steel, because you know that concrete structure, it is basically is the composite structure. Concrete means what is called cement and other admixture is there, and then we put into the steel that is called TMT, thermomechanical treated steel actually. And this is the TMT steel. You can see the brown color, and brown color, if you can go closer actually, and this is the typically got corroded actually. So steel is really challenging for the industry and the society. But you know what is the best part? This particular steel is very economical. We cannot compare the steel with magnesium alloy. The steel where you are talking about the 5 rupees kg are, you can say, the 100 rupees kg, even if you go to good quality, but you are not going to get 100 rupees kg or even the 1000 rupees kg of your magnesium alloy. So most of the time, the society is use steel or modified steel, you can say that, and that's why we have a more example of steel corrosion rather than you cannot see the mostly the corrosion of magnesium in the true life. Actually, components are there, they are failing, problem is there, so we will discuss little it. Now we have to concentrate this problem. So you can see that typically got corroded, and the problem is now why I'm sharing with you what is the possibility. The possibility of this steel is got damaged totally, and then the structure is also going to give the problem because of the expansion. When the corrosion product will form, this will destroy the concrete nearby area that called interface actually, and most of the time the damage or the failure of concrete system or it will take place because of this manner. Now you can imagine, because coastal belt, Arabian Sea, the chloride environments we call very aggressive environment, and how to control this steel is a major challenge actually. What is a possibility to challenge? So we'll see how we can do, and but I'll share some photographs which are really corrosion problem. Some aluminum, because magnesium I took last moment. Generally I'm not taking this one, but because this theme is magnesium, so we'll talk about this magnesium corrosion. You can see the magnesium is a product, they use some aluminum, so there is a possibility of galvanic corrosion actually. Because of that corrosion problem, it is the most of time non-ferrous metal. This is especially aluminum, magnesium, when you talk about nickel, etc. This will fail because of various reasons. We'll discuss completely. I'll give you the what is the possibility of this type of failure or corrosion is going to take place in when it will come into the real environment actually. So I'll talk to you some another magnesium alloy is a cast magnesium alloy. It is also got fail actually. So in this particular case, when you talk about the condition of failure, can you see the marking? This my pointer is working with my synchronized with wires. Chetan, would you please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is the case when you talk about the corrosion problem. Not only is I'm talking about the steel. I have some example. I just added the magnesium actually. Okay, so corrosion is a real problem. We'll see how it can be taken. We have to care. You know that this particular problem, our window near the window, and you know Maruti 800, or if you talk about the Alto, or many this car actually automobile industry, this window, it is typically got corroded, especially near to the window because this gasket is there, and we call the crevice corrosion. Okay, the corrosion typically when you insulate more, it will corrode more actually. So how to protect that will be another aspect you are going to protect, but even though it is not, or somewhere undercover area will be giving more corrosion. You can see this problem. This is a petroleum pipeline and they want to control external corrosion. They insulated, they coated, they insulated with the rubber and all these things, but internally you see that corrosion is typical. And sometimes this corrosion will be very critical and going to damage in one area, and the lot of peeling will take place, oil will come out actually. So means corrosion is a challenges and we have to solve it. You know, you are using a lot of mobile phone, lot of the laptop, or all the electronic instrument. It is a made of printed circuit board. Okay, and nowadays printed circuit board is very, very micro level, microchips actually, and but it contains a lot of product actually. Electronics products are there. In this particular condition, you can see here how this particular PCB got damaged actually because of corrosion, because of the humidity, because of ingress of the some air or water mist is going, and that will give. So mostly this corrosion problem will be always there, even the high quality printed circuit board. So I'll take you a little bit journey. As I told you, it is my introductory lecture to just make you some attention on corrosion. You know that this bridge is a very old bridge. We call the very important bridge which will connect to the what is called the Rameswaram actually. And this is called Pambam Bridge. It's a heritage bridge. It is a UNESCO declared heritage bridge is there, and it is one of the marvelous for the civil engineering point of view for maintenance into a high aggressive environment. It is called the second world most aggressive environment bridge or the product which is going to survive. But problem is there. Problem in this area is there when you talk about corrosion aspect. As I told you, the CR ocean is the real challenge because it consists of chlorides ion, and chlorides ion is a very, very aggressive ion for corrosion aspect. Okay, so this is the case. I'll just share with you some more near to this bridge actually. This is the corrosion problem. they will do. It will come under Southern Railway. In the Southern Railway, they are maintaining well, but still this bridge they want to change. They want to change completely with stainless steel. Now they are using with steel actually, and they will do lot of coating and paint, etc. Okay, so this bridge is, if you closer look, corrosion is the problem, but you require high quality of maintenance. And you know, the train when we will cross this Pambam bridge, the speed is hardly 5 km/h, very slow speed, because they cannot take any risk, because this structure is under threats condition actually, and it is little bit damaged also somewhere, but it is not revealed actually. So speed will be always very low, so that there is no chances of any fatigue or any type of vibration to damage this bridge actually. Okay, but it is well maintained. As I told you, it is the UNESCO heritage, and still we are preserving. And now we are going to change about 100 crores government is allocated to change this bridge to the stainless steel actually. I'll share with something more, corrosion failure actually. And corrosion failure is there when you going to ignore, and that's why I'm telling you, I'm giving you some lecture which are very important. For at least you have to consider the corrosion issues in the component actually. Either you are making any composite, either you are making or developing any alloy, what is the possibility of corrosion? And this is the case when you ignore corrosion problem, the disaster will be much more higher. Hopefully you heard about Bhopal gas tragedy, 1984 December. It is a cold in the northern India, Bhopal, you know that, in MP, and it is the world highest casualty. Okay, it is the biggest disaster in 20th century. About, according to the newspaper, according to government data, people died about 5,000, but actual practice it is more than 5,000. About lakhs of people had died, and many got affected by this respiratory system. You know what is the reason of this failure? Is tragedy. It is a typically ignorance of people or the maintenance engineer in that particular company. That company is run by Union Carbide. The same Union Carbide is American-based company. Franchisee was taken by one of the Indian industrialists, and now they're doing the business in India by the name called Dow Chemicals. It's a famous company. Okay, earlier it was the head office in Pune. Now it is shifted because of agitation. Now most probably it is in the Gujarat, somewhere in Ahmedabad or maybe the Gandhinagar actually. So the failure of this Union Carbide, they are making the pesticide. Okay, why it's happened? You know what is happened? They are using this valve actually, and that valve was there is nut and bolts actually. These threads, that is called fastener. You are the mechanical engineer, you know better. This fastener having a problem because of the corrosion in the threads, because these threads got missed actually, and because of that, lot of water came into this particular tank, and because of that, exothermic reaction has been taken place, and this valve or tank got blasted actually. So this typical failure. And you know, another aspect I'll tell you, 1984 to especially December, this particular plant was mostly shut down, because this is the period 1984, our beloved Prime Minister Mrs. Gandhi got assassinated by her bodyguard, and because of that, curfew was imposed, some riots was there, and similar condition, lockdown was there, and company was running with very less manpower. So because of that maintenance, this problem is happened. Because of not properly considering the corrosion issue, this problem is happened, and that is the biggest disaster of 20th century. Similar case happened, if you remember, last year also in the case of Vizag actually. And but till now we don't know the failure is because of material failure or some other type of failure. Nobody is knowing. Till now data is not in open market actually. Okay, so corrosion is a typical a problem where we cannot ignore. If you remember World Trade Center, and now Taliban came, people remember that World Trade Center, and we know that what is called the attack by this aircraft. It is a typically corrosion problem. How the concrete structure, big, about more than 100-story building, Twin Tower. It is one of the great building. Lot of this commercial business is taking bird wide here. So here the attack was there. The problem is when the people had investigated properly how this building, because concrete structure, immediately within 1 hour, how that got collapsed. The reason could be a metallurgical failure. A reason is corrosion failure. Corrosion is not like what we talk about the water point of view. Here is a high temperature corrosion we call oxidation or hot corrosion actually. So in that case, I'll just share with you, this is typically when the aircraft is containing lot of high quality fuel with sulfur. When this impacted, lot of this dust particle isolated, and as I told you, the concrete structure is manufactured by the what is called the admixture, cement and admixture, and steel. Inside steel is there, and you can see within, as I told you, this structure got within 1 hour got completely collapsed. You can see only debris, 0 point actually. Okay, so in that particular case, because we know that this steel everywhere they make steel actually, and when temperature got high, the temperature up to 400 degrees centigrade is still having not a problem strength point of view. You can see y-axis about the strength ratio and the temperature actually at the x-axis. When the temperature is increasing more than 400, then threatening will start. And inside temperature was quite higher, and this steel inside this concrete structure got softened. When it got soft, and obviously the load bearing capacity, you know that the composite structure, who will take care? Reinforcement. When the reinforcement is under problem, the damage will be much more actually, and that's why it's happened. This World Trade Center typically got failed because of, one is the high temperature, second because the sulfur and iron got reacted and it will reach to the grain boundary and got iron sulfide. They assisted more failure actually. Okay, and this is well documented study and published in Journal of Materials. Okay, by the one of the researcher in the Massachusetts Institute, actually MIT, and they published 2-3 volume actually continuously. Hopefully, you remember this movie when it came to 1912. Okay, uh, if you 2012, sorry, not 1912, but the disaster happened in 1912. Okay, this is the a great movie because of the very popular because of the what is called the cinematography, the good picturization, and you know that the another case, the this director about this movie is actually the documentary. He's making a lot of documentary of archaeology, especially the marine archaeology, and that's why he got the idea to make this movie, and that's why it is a great movie in the before coming this Titanic, at least 12 Titanic came, but it was not super hit. But this is the special came, and I'll tell you, people, if at least people are knowing this Titanic failure is the typically ductile to brittle transition failure people are saying. But before that, it is the corrosion failure. When investigated, when they have done the post-mortem of this after a long time, they found this problem. What is the problem? Titanic is the this called RCM, that company name, and about 1,500 people was there. This Titanic ship, mega ship, is coming from UK to USA actually. Okay, but in between they got the temperature problem in the ocean actually. Let's speak. Okay, so ship hull, you know that, and because this material is steel they used, and when the impact was iceberg, because the speed of this Titanic was quite higher. Unfortunately, before going about 100 miles away from this, before this Titanic, one ship was there. They had given a lot of information about the iceberg, but the captain ignored because this was one of the extraordinary ship in that particular period. Okay, and they want to create the what is called the record journey from the UK to USA actually, and that's why the speed was higher, and they ignored many information. Anyway, so what is the problem? Problem is the rivets and the some fasteners. When the product was developed, the ship was huge ship was developed, they checked into the harbor. Okay, and during that 1 year of checking, some of the product, because the steel was not good quality, it is got corroded. When got corroded, some material is already lost actually. When the iceberg hit during the operation or the journey, then it is easy for failure. So there is the typical corrosion already existing by this one. So this one is researcher, this is called Robert actually. He's a very great researcher and worked in a Texas Instrument long back, and he was a ASM, American Society of Material vice president actually. Now where is the Titanic actually right now? Right now Titanic is on the ship. It is a it is a marine archaeo department, archaeology, marine archaeology is there. So they are taking care, but you know, it is the lot of microbial attack. Microorganism is eating this steel. So according to the another 50 years going to be work or serve this one actually. So this is the typical failure. This Titanic is rusting, or you can say resting in that particular this one actually. Now you know that corrosion is a real issue, but more challenges in the what is called the sea area. And if you see Indian map, it is the huge area actually. If you talk about this map, we have a big area of what is called coastal line or coastline, okay? And from the Arabian Sea to Bay of Bengal, from the Calcutta to Odisha, or you talk about the Mumbai to Gujarat actually. So we have a huge area, and this is the challenge for corrosion. What material we can use, how to avoid the corrosion problems. This is a severe zone of corrosion, and some area corrosion is more actually, if you talk about. Now this corrosion is another problem in this, if you talk about the Indian map, a demographic point of view, is a pollution. Because heavy vehicles or automotive industry or automobiles are very high quantity, or you can say two-wheelers, four-wheelers, three-wheelers. So carbon monoxide gas, sulfur dioxide gas, all gases component are in the environment, and that will going to give you the biggest problem for corrosion, okay, in the center area or the plain area or the riverside area. So corrosion will be always dominated by various factors actually. Okay, so this is the case when you talk about the possibility of. One book I read that is called The Rust is the Longest War. It's written by very well personality in technology field. He's basically the photographer actually. His name is called Jonathan Waldman. And it's a very good quote actually. What he written, the rust is the longest war. Why? Rust is a continuous phenomena for the material. So people, you can say the World War One, World War Two, so many wars are there. There is a specific time. But corrosion or rust is a continuous phenomena. A material is failing continuously with the nature. And people are working in industry. You know that small scale industry, they are using a boiler, heat exchanger, so many components. It is told Bhopal gas tragedy. So this is the longest war. And it is a continuous war for the corrosion actually. And what we can do as a teacher and researcher, I can do only to build up the trust when I will give the corrosion awareness program. When the people know that the corrosion problem. And corrosion is the real issue, and that is the way I'm talking to you, corrosion awareness actually. How to choose the material when the aggressive environment, how to do the treatment to avoid the corrosion. Okay, otherwise the challenges will be there when we ignore actually. So in that case, the way we talk about the good word I got it actually. You know that the word in Hindi actually we call rust, that is called jung actually. In Hindi, rust is called jung actually. War, if you remember that, war is also called jung. So jung se jung mera jari rehta hai, because I'm always doing research, I'm always teaching. Okay, before this lecture, I already took corrosion class for my BTech in NITK actually. Okay, anyway, so that is job. I'm continuously going for this what is called invited lecture more than most of the places, either international or the national platform. So this is very important to get the corrosion awareness, and what we can do at the finally building trust against the rust. Okay, rust is nothing but rust we use for the iron actually, but actually we talk about everything is corrosion. But rust is more popular because most of the time you can see example of corrosion of steel, and steel is nothing but iron actually. Now come to the some fundamentals. Okay, what is the case why corrosion will take place? How corrosion is start actually? How to make good steel? How to make good material? How to make good alloy? Or how to avoid if the environment is not suitable actually. So this is the way when you talk about, this is the case corrosion when you talk about, but I have given differently. This is called iron. Corrosion dependent on ions actually. What is iron? Ions is nothing but environment. Like when you talk about the seawater, that is called NaCl. Okay, when you talk about the chlorides, hydrochloric acid actually. So these all are the ions. The ions are chlorides ion. Chlorides ion. We talk about the H2SO4, sulfuric acid, the sulfate ions. So various ions are there. That ions will going to create the problem for corrosion, my dear friends, actually. So this is the case when you talk about the possibility of corrosion. I'll give you some more actually. So if you talk about what exactly corrosion, corrosion is nothing but it's called the deterioration. In broad terminology, even the body get deteriorated. Any body is perfect. When you go to the, suppose some problem is there, color of body of human body will change. The brightness is not there. So that when you go to doctor, even he will use the same terminology. It's a body is deteriorating, either by the color or by the some other way. Okay, so similar case, metal is corroding or changing the color event by the reaction with the environment. It is given by one researcher or the great scientist in our domain called Fontana. Fontana, one book is very popular of corrosion engineering actually. Okay, so he given very well definition. Thereafter, if you talk about in overall actually, corrosion is nothing but a tendency to revert back of native state. What is native state? We started with the iron ore or metal. If you talk about magnesium, magnesium is, if you talk about how to produce magnesium, magnesium is a very challenging production route actually. And that's why, in India, if you talk about, we don't have any integrated magnesium plant. You have heard the steel plant, like a Bokaro steel plant, Bhilai steel plant, Vizag steel plant. Okay, so steel plant integrated, these are the integrated steel plant because production rate is very high available. Similarly, you talk about copper production, you talk about aluminum, like you talk about Nalco, Balco, so many companies are there. Lead production or zinc production. But magnesium, have you heard? No. Because magnesium is very tricky metal for production. Magnesium production is not easy. But here I given you the iron case. But it is true for magnesium also. And magnesium carbonate, if it is there, magnesium sulfate is there. Okay, and magnesium chloride, especially it will come from the what is called from the seawater. Because I'm teaching extractive metallurgy for metallurgical engineer and also corrosion engineering for the other MTech and BTech both. So this grows. So what is the possibility when iron oxide, ore and mineral of steel or iron, if you talk about here, we do lot of cleaning process. We call refining, mineral processing, ore dressing, then we go smelting, then final product will come into the casting. Okay. Then when the cast or the wrought product will come into the environment, this will get into the corrosion problem. Similar case in the case of either, if you take example of magnesium. And finally, this product when it will corroded, it will convert into the same iron oxide. Or same magnesium will going to convert into the magnesium oxide. The two important part of magnesium production is called silcothermic reduction process, that is called the Pigeon process, and another is called the electrolysis process actually. And both the process are expensive process and require a lot of energy. And another biggest trouble actually, people are talking about the magnesium is good for the lightweight, no doubt, because of density. Then they will talk about less CO2 actually. But another, when you go to production line actually, see aluminum and magnesium production also is the biggest carbon dioxide producer actually. And it is going to impact more about the what is called the green environment. Okay, so anyway, I'm not discussing the extractive metallurgy of your magnesium production, but corrosion actually. So when you talk about simple corrosion, it is an electrochemistry point of view. It is a require one anode, one cathode, if you talk about, and then you require the electrolyte, and then the battery, like the battery what we use in the torch actually. Okay, Daniel cell, that. Okay, so in that similar case, corrosion is a small cell actually, and that's why cell is a very important factor where we require anode and cathode. In corrosion, sometimes suddenly a metal, because of some various region, become anodic, and other reaction will be cathodic. So what is the requirement? Anodic reaction, where metal will give you the metal ions, and that is called oxidation reaction. Another reaction is called cathodic reaction, is called reduction reaction, which is the 2H plus 2 electron which will come from the environment. You can say it's a reduction reaction. And so many type of cathodic reaction is there. Okay, and these all cathodic reaction is going to operate the corrosion. And according to the charge balance, when you talk about, and that means every anodic reaction, if you talk summation of oxidation reaction, if you talk about, oxidation reaction, OR I'm writing, okay, is equal to must be summation of reduction reaction. I'm writing RR. Okay, means reduction reaction is nothing but it is an anodic reaction if you talk about, and cathodic reaction, it is the nothing but. So total cathodic reaction, suppose it's higher, then obviously the anodic reaction must be higher to balance the charge, because we cannot create the charge, we cannot destroy the charge. Charge only can be transferred. Mass of charge conservation, that. So similar, this corrosion of metal dominated by cathodic reaction, and I written you various type of cathodic reaction. One cathodic reaction, second cathodic reaction we call anode oxygen dissolution, which is dependent on environment. In the acidic and what is called the low pH less than 7, actually, if you talk about dissolved oxygen, this will give you this reaction. But when it is a neutral or the alkaline pH, we are going to get hydroxide. Then if you talk about any catalyst is there, then there is a possibility of more cathodic reaction. Or any bacteria is there, microbial induced corrosion, more what is called the cathodic reaction. You can see 8 electron. To balance each anodic electron, if you transfer, you can see you require this one. So balancing cathodic reaction charges, automatically you require more anodic reaction. So very simple way, magnesium going to give you the magnesium ion and 2 electrons. And these 2 electrons finally going to transfer toward cathode, or which can be balanced actually. So finally, if you talk about the corrosion of magnesium in the electrochemistry point of view, or simple cathode, what is called uniform corrosion point of view, magnesium react with the water, going to give you the magnesium hydroxide, and this magnesium hydroxide going to convert into the magnesium oxide actually. So that is the way, simplest way of corrosion of magnesium or any metal, even including the iron or aluminum or anything. Okay, so that is the way. But corrosion is dependent on various factors. So before going anything, we always try to understand thermodynamics. That's why thermodynamics is more important, because it will tell us the possibility is going to take place or not take place. That's why if you remember in your basic, maybe in the case of 11th class or 12th class or something, if you remember, there is a one EMF series are there. And nowadays, even they started in 6th class of CBSE book. And CBSE book is the best book, because they each year or each 2 years, they are transforming actually. So what is a possibility? Electromotive force series is there. You see this metal in the bottom area is a more electronegative. It means they are more tendency to dissolve or give the ions actually. Magnesium give easily actually H compared to even the iron. So if you compare EMF series at thermodynamics point of view, magnesium is the worst among this series. Then if you talk about aluminum, zinc, etc., more, that is the biggest challenge for the product manufacturer. But it can be sorted out when you do some alloying element. We'll discuss a little bit later. So this is the case. Magnesium is a problem. Then mostly, as I told, corrosion of iron. So corrosion, so this is the EMF series they built long back, okay, by the Faraday's and group actually. And in this particular case, when you talk about, they have taken pure metal. This iron is a pure, magnesium is pure. But you know, the pure metal we cannot use for the engineering structures, because we require strength. Pure metal is soft. When you talk about the, then they what they develop galvanic series. This is the galvanic series. It is basically for the alloy. Okay, and they talk about the same theory, potential theory. A metal above this one, positive metal is a more protective, are the noble metal. They are not going to give you corrosion like gold, silver, copper. But these are the bottom area. It is a much more higher corrosion tendency. As I told, thermodynamic is a possibility. Okay, so in that case, tendency to corrode or tendency not to corrode. So when I'm using this one, positive value, tendency not to going to corrode, because stability of metal is there. Gold is quite stable in normal environment. So when you develop this alloy, now galvanic series came out, and that is the case. Seawater they have taken. You can see simple example I'll give you. This is the stainless steel. Okay, so in that case, stainless steel in active condition, if you immediately put your metal into the environment, it will be active condition. After a certain time, metal will react and form some film, actually passive film, and that is to give you the protection short time, but thermodynamically. But this environment, when they develop galvanic series, thermodynamic theory actually, here also they have done only for seawater. Then, but corrosion will take place various environment. In that case, they further develop one more theory called one model by the Pourbaix. Pourbaix is one of the great researcher from the Belgium, early 1960 actually or 70. They developed a lot of data actually of metal. So here is the corrosion of iron they build up with respect to potential. Same EMF series point of view. Go to the higher potential means protective noble. Go to the lower potential is the more reduction, more corrosion, you can say, especially for this metal. So iron, if you take this diagram, is for iron, for easy to understand, minus 0.44. So if you go to this potential, the iron will give you the possibility of iron ion actually, correct? And that is corrosion. When you go toward the downside, more than less, then this reaction is not possible. It is under immune. We call immunity of metal. So metal is also going to be immune, protect actually, when you go toward this one by applying the external some system. Metal is also going to give you the film formation, protectiveness, and that word is called passivity. And that's why the passivity is a very important terminology. But thermodynamics point of view, Purbe was not very much able to understand about the passivity. He told everything is a passive film. Yes, everything is passive film, but every passive film is not protective. So we'll see in kinetics why it is not protective. I'll give you a simple example. Maybe in the case of iron. Iron also form iron oxide, Fe2O3, or even the same MgOH twice is all the film actually, passive film, but not protective. Like if you talk about the chromium, chromium will form chromium oxide, but it's a very protective. So here Purbe was little bit not telling, but this is thermodynamic point of view. Thermodynamics means ideal condition. Okay, so what we can get, we got three domain: corrosion domain, we got the passivity, we got the immunity. These are the protective mechanism for protection of any metal by environment. When you change the environment, like a pH, when you go toward the right hand side, alkaline system. What is alkaline system? OH ions. Hydroxide formation will be more for this metal system. So oxide, so short time passivity will be there actually until and unless if you are not touching the film or the metal. Very good. This diagram going to help you for your present situation of COVID. When I'm going towards, yes,
Sir, you have represented here 18-8 stainless steel. In the upper portion, it is passive.
yeah,
In the lower portion, you are representing same thing as active.
yes.
What is this means? 18-8 stainless steel active.
Actually, active condition, when metal when you put actually immediately it will give short corrosion. Active corrosion means more corrosion. That's why negative EMF series. You go when you go bottom potential negative lower side, now there is chances of more dissolution, means active dissolution. So here they written active means corrosion. But when it will form film actually, then it is a protective. It's called passive. Clear? I'll discuss. Don't worry. Huh? You keep your question yourself. But short
Okay.
time, it will give you the corrosion. That's why if you see potential, if you see that this area is a positive potential, means your same metal going towards positive side. As I told, in this area there is a positive movement. If it is there, means noble, means protection. Same metal, if you will give you active means dissolution, it will go towards bottom side. If it is a film formation, it will go towards the positive side. Same thing what I written to here, you can see here, passive. The same metal will give you the protectiveness because of film formation, and that film is called passive film. Okay, so don't worry, I'll discuss more on the film actually. Okay, so what is this diagram is sharing with you? This diagram is very important actually. So now I've shared with this, earlier I shown to iron, you talk about magnesium. So magnesium alloy, even if you want to do, you can make it immune when you not going towards this potential, because very negative potential. Okay, minus 2.7. So when you go towards this bottom area, a metal will not, magnesium will not going to give you the magnesium ion actually, 2 electron. So it is called immune system. Okay, when you go to the environment, certain environment, hydroxide region, okay, then there is a called passivation. It is also short time of protection actually. So you can see the colorful actually. So magnesium, some protection is possible, corrosion is possible. This is the case. So it is a possibility to decide the potential, to decide the what is called the immunity. Either go to the upper region of potential called oxidizing potential. When you go to the bottom potential, the negative side is called the reducing potential. In this area, corrosion will be more in reducing potential. Okay, so just keep in mind, this is going to helpful for the, when I've talked about the kinetics of passivity actually. Very true actually in the present situation. This Purbe diagram is very true. As I told, this is the case corona. Okay, means corrosion of metal, or the corrosion of corona is the human body. Now vaccine is come out, Covishield or Sputnik or the Covaxin, so many things are there. If you put the vaccine, our body get immunity, and that's why we require what is called vaccination. Even from the birth, it will start actually. Okay, so this is the case. The corrosion in the case of corona. If you are not, body going to be get problem, infected. And if you take this one, the chances will be less actually. But if you take precautions like the mask, you take a social distancing, sanitization, isolation, then you are isolated. But how many times? So that's why thermodynamically you are protective. But when you become the kinetics, means you move actually, sometimes difficult. So what is a problem? One problem when you take immunity dose actually, because it is a forcefully. When you go towards the downside, because any metal, as I told you, we are using external source to suppress this potential. When you suppress the potential, some problem will come in metal also. In especially steel, when you do the protection called cathodic protection, the material will fail because of hydrogen-induced cracking. Similar our body. When you take immunity or this dosage actually, vaccine doses, side effect. Maybe the fever is there, fatigue is there, headache is there, and some other. So there is a common phenomena because we, as a body, natural body, to develop the antigen against to the external forces we require. So in the present condition, this four-way diagram, at least in the metal, we know long back. We vaccinate our metal, but we know the side effect of this one. And vaccination is a rich business. It's economic, very high investment. It is not easy actually. So protection method is not easy, and this, so that's why we avoid this one. We try to make it this one by alloy method actually. We use some alloying element like I told you, steel. If you do actually use chromium, become the very good protection. So that is the way when you talk about the possibility of this one. Now the most important for corrosion aspect is called kinetics. As I told, thermodynamics is just possibility or tendency. It's like, if you go to this, it's like a intelligence bureau of government of India, IB is there, or CID for the state government. What they will do, they will give a lot of information. Some attack will be there, something going to happen. So mob is there, so many problem is there. So intelligence bureau only they are giving the coding to the local police or local administrators actually. So only possible, and they will give daily some message actually, something happening. But when is happening, how is happening, it is very difficult to tell for them. The kinetics work is done by police. The action is going to take place by the police. So similar corrosion kinetics, if I want to calculate about the life of component, we call reliability issue. The corrosion reliability, we can use corrosion measurement. And that is the way we call potential versus current. Okay. So potential for the corrosion point of view, or electrochemical engineering point of view, we call the activation energy. It's like a temperature. When you increase temperature, your metal becomes softer. Similar, when you go to the higher potential or the lower potential, the metal ion, that transformation equilibrium potential will change. The ion, metal to metal ion is going to change actually. So in this case, when you go to the more and more higher potential, your metal will going to be more going destabilized. So this condition called anodic reaction of metal, cathodic reaction of from the environment, you can see I already told you, and there is a number of cathodic reaction. So more cathodic reaction, more toward this side. And this is the anodic metal, your metal, any metal you can take. Either zinc, I given you example here, you can take magnesium actually. So for this one is the magnesium ion actually, plus 2 electron. So where this will intersect, this is called I corrosion, corrosion current density. And this corrosion current, I corrosion, is directly proportional to corrosion rate. By using the Faraday's law, we are able to know the area, equivalent weight of metal, we are able to calculate this one. And then we can say more the I corrosion, more toward the right hand side, more the corrosion of metal. Okay, so this simple way by the electrochemistry, electrochemical engineering, we call mixed potential theory to understand this phenomena by corrosion kinetics. Very quickly, I'll go to the type of corrosion and then I'll stop, and please let me know what is the timing. Then I'll take some question if you require, or then I'll talk about more details about magnesium and my own research in the second domain actually. So uniform corrosion, you know that uniformly, most of the industry, you can see that one actually. Okay, and that is the biggest problem, uniform dissolution of metal. Magnesium, similar case, but as I told you, in the real, it is not there, and mostly I'm not looking that one, but I'll share with you in the case study. So in that particular case, uniform corrosion, dissolution will take place, thinning of metal will take place. Biggest problem of galvanic corrosion, magnesium or aluminum alloy or any alloy will change. Galvanic means there is a possibility of two potential. When you connect the steel pipe, suppose, and the copper actually, you know that EMF series, electromotive force series, I told you, iron is here, copper is here. Positive potential, negative potential. When you connect between this one, there is a possibility of delta E actually, and this is called activation. The gap of potential is called discrimination potential. So the any two system is there in your joining. If you do dissimilar metal joining, or you develop the alloy, there is two phases. In that case, either you do heat treatment, there is two phases. In that case, there is a possibility of microgalvanic system, and most of the magnesium alloy is changing because of microgalvanic phases is going to form. It become anodic. So in that case, if you talk, magnesium is much more dangerous actually, because if you connect magnesium with iron, huge delta E, more discrimination potential. And you know that it is a very twist to, if you tell this galvanic corrosion or galvanic series or EMF series, when this society, if you talk about this, a very natural science information is there. What is the discrimination potential? Why the society get corroded? If there is a gap in the society, when there is a rich and poor, too much, then you know that what is happening. When there is a religion fight between my religion is better than your religion, discrimination of potential, you know that. When the caste system, my caste is better than your caste, I'm more noble than your, actually, more discrimination. Similar case, when the gender bias or any diversity is there, means discrimination is there. When the discrimination means corrosion, either the galvanic corrosion or microgalvanic corrosion. So when you come to the metal point of view, the various differences will come. Concentration of oxygen is a form of Crevice corrosion. I will discuss with you. Even the ions, metal ion, when it will change corrosion. As I told you, how corrosion will start. The moment you change or inhomogeneity in your metal, there is a possibility of corrosion. And that is called galvanic cell formation first, and then, anode, okay, and the cathode. Correct? This is the case. And automatically, this system, anodic system, more active system, electronegative system, like this one. So any compound will form, intermetallic will form, that will give you the possibility of more corrosion aspect. We'll see in the case of case study, how this is going to take place for the magnesium and who is going to govern the corrosion. Similarly, pitting corrosion, pits formation. It is when the film is failed, pits will take place, my dear friend. This is the zinc. It's not a pimples actually. It is a pits actually. Okay, this is a pipeline. One area got pitted. You know the roads, especially the monsoon time, you can see the road condition. So typical failure because of film fail, dissolution is there, and it will fail actually because of extra one reaction called hydrolysis reaction. Inside the pits, very low pH, that is called hydrochloric acid. And because of that, metal is not going to provide the film stability, and that's why film is formed. This pits formation will take place. It is a micro level size pits actually, and very deeper level, and that's why pitting corrosion is called is a localized corrosion, but very dangerous. Immediately, because uniform corrosion will give you signing of color, brown color. Pitting corrosion will not give you any signature because of very small pits actually, but deeper size of penetration, and that's why corrosion will going to take place very catastrophic type of manner actually. Okay, some crevice I told you, oxygen, the cycle rim, oxygen is there. Inside you see the rim is corrosion. Outside oxygen is excess. So it will provide some protection of passivity. But here there is no film formation, hydroxide or oxide. That's why the film is going to break. More crevice corrosion. You see that if you do the punching, this fastener actually washer and all, biggest problem. So these are crevice corrosion. Similarly, stress corrosion cracking is there when the material is under the corrosive environment and under the stresses actually. So that is called this area is called stress, combined effect is called stress corrosion cracking. And if any stresses in the fatigue point of view, it's corrosion fatigue actually. If there is no stresses, this is called the corrosion directly. If there is a material and stresses, we call mechanical failure. So this is the combined effect will be called the stress corrosion cracking, but under suitable condition, environment and the strain rate. The moment you pull very fast, like a mechanical, when you do the UTM, universal testing machine, doing the stress strain plot test actually, if you're performing this one actually, in that case, your material will fail. But stress corrosion cracking will take place very low strain rate or optimum strain rate. Otherwise, you cannot going to detect actually. So when you pull your metal, suppose this is your metal actually, when you pull from here and here by the sigma actually, so small crack, this crack will propagate actually. Okay, that's why material under this condition will fail very fast because corrosion and tensile stress is going to create biggest failure for this material. So this is one of the magnesium alloy is typically failed during the test actually due to the even the distilled water is dangerous for the magnesium alloy. And under the slow strain rate test, we'll discuss a little bit later the methodology, then we can understand the possibility of your stress corrosion cracking testing. Similarly, the sensitization, intergranular corrosion, grain boundary. Similarly, in the magnesium alloy, lot of grain boundary where the intermetallic will precipitate out, they will also give you the problem. So I'll just skip actually because these are the challenges in the stainless steel or steel market actually, or in the product actually, where the grain boundary, as I told you, in the case of like when you talk about the material become the brittle. Ductile metal, when go to the low temperature, become brittle actually, as I told titanic failure. Pomegranate, when you peel out, single grains you can see actually. And that is the case when you talk about the possibility of the sensitized. When you do the stainless steel welding or this temperature, it called sensitized material, stainless steel. Because chromium carbide will precipitate it out and that will give you the high active area. This area become active, become anodic, and rest of the area, this become grains become cathodic. And that is why failure will take place actually. Yeah, so that is the way. Another case, tribocorrosion. It is also important for the industry where adhesive wear, abrasive wear, fretting wear. So erosion, sea erosion is very common. Or the river erosion, monsoon time or the rain time, a lot of, or when they are when they release the water from the canals or etc., the submerge of this one. So sea erosion will be there. Biggest problem for the body, human body, implant actually. This is the magnesium alloy implant, either the even the stainless steel or the titanium alloy. When you talk about the hip joint actually, corrosion and wear. And because of that, this problem will take place, especially cup in this area actually. And most of the implanted material will give you a lot of problem for the patient because of this continuous contact with the metal to metal contact, that is a wear, and body fluid, that is the corrosive, that will give you the corrosion. So combined effect of corrosion and wear going to give you the problem of this one. How to protect? So this theory is for general protection point of view. So you either do the coating, okay, either you change the design, either use some sacrificial anode. As I told in the case of iron, if you talk about, if you add some more electronegative metal like a zinc actually, immediately zinc will corrode faster than the iron and it become the protective. Iron become, steel become protective. Or do the coating actually. So we are doing a lot of works, super hydrophobic coating, or you do some inhibitor in the pipeline corrosion. So it will give you the passive film formation at the surface so that corrosive environment will going to be inhibit from the here actually. So that is the way when you talk about corrosion. So that is the first part, this one. Now I'll talk about a little bit more about passivity. Okay. So passivity, when you talk about the word passive is a very difficult for human being. Pessimistic is a very negative terminology. You are very slow, you are very sluggish, so many things are there. But for metal point of view, is very powerful. So when I do the passivity or protectiveness, actually, it is the film actually. So like you know this, what is called the pickling actually. When you do the pickling, essentially we are doing the passivity, controlling. Or you do the some alloy transformation like a steel to stainless steel, it is a protective. Why? Passivity. So that is a very important part for the passivity. Any metal or alloy can be protected when you improve the passivity of the metal by using the alloying element, either steel, either magnesium alloy. When I discuss more magnesium about that one, I'll share with you about the corrosion. So this is the case, simple. As I told, the steel is there. You can see this is steel. When come into the environment, get rusted. You can see here. Okay, this is not corroded. Okay, it's protected actually, but here you see corroded. So this is a chromium. If you use actually, it becomes chromium oxide, protectiveness. So these are for the steel very powerful. Similarly, some metals are there for the magnesium actually. So that is the way. You know the surf actually, your cloth actually, when it's dirty or spots are there, we use a lot of the surf excel or tide etc. to become the white. It is same what is called stainless. The product, this cloth got stainless, means spotless actually. Similarly, the material, the alloy, if you do some proper design, you can develop actually. Being a metallurgical engineer, we do all these things and we know that how to develop the alloy and other possibility so that good protection actually. And now the case of monitoring, how to monitor. And in the COVID time, this is very important. The pulse meter oxygen we require and glucometer is there to know that problem. Blood pressure, TMT test, when you go for cardiologist point of view, want to check the heart health actually, or the blockage or anything is there, we have to do the testing actually. Similarly, material or steel, when you talk about, it is also going to talk about the failure. So similar, we do the testing of material, how to monitor actually. Online monitoring is possible. Blockage of the heat exchanger or the boiler, if we talk about the fouling we call, it is going to fail because this you can see the blockage actually. So that is the case when you talk about the testing. Various testing methods are there. Salt spray bath testing method to understand. Then corrosion testing. Now this is very important because when I will talk about my case study, it will help you. So this is a instrument-based method that is called potentiostat connected with the electrochemical impedance spectroscopy called 3-electrode system. What is 3-electrode? One is called the working electrode is a metal. Which one I am going to study actually. Then we require reference electrode to measure with respect to some potential. Like I given you EMF series, which is based on standard hydrogen electrode. But in the laboratory scale, we are using a various type of reference electrode like a saturated calomel electrode, silver chloride, etc. Then counter electrode, where the cathodic reaction 2H plus ion 2 electron, if you remember that, it will take place. Okay, so and it is connected with the instrument called potentiostat, nowadays connected with impedance also in build. So measure the passive film characteristic. This is the same active passive transition called the potentiodynamic plot. The important part is what is the, here we can calculate corrosion current density, and here we can calculate the passivity of metal. Then similarly, cyclic polarization, we are able to calculate pitting potential. This one, how pitting potential is there. If the higher the pitting potential, if you talk about E pits or E breakdown, actually, if you talk about, it will be higher the pitting potential, more resistance of alloy. And you talk about the resistance impedance point of view, electrochemical impedance spectroscopy, one of the tools actually. So it will give you the two plot called Nyquist plot. This is a semicircle Nyquist plot and Bode plot. This plot we are going to use in case study. This semicircle radius, what is represented, called capacitive loop. Basically, when you talk about the metal, actually, this is the metal. When it will come into contact with the environment, the film is forming actually. So it is behave like a capacitor, and we want to measure the film characteristic by. So for short time, smaller semicircle means more corrosion. Bigger semicircle means good resistance or good protectiveness actually, and that is the way. Similarly, if you talk about, this is called modulus of impedance, and it is called frequency, that is called F actually, omega. Okay, so that is the case. We want to calculate this film actually, overall resistance. Higher the modulus of impedance means higher the film resistance, means more protectiveness. Okay, so that is the way when you talk about. See, here is much more clear. So this is the metal. Okay, this is the environment solution, and this will form passive layer. This passive layer is important. What they will give, this will give you the capacitance and give the film resistance. And higher the film resistance, if you remember, V is equal to I R Ohm's law. So I means, as I told, I means corrosion current density. It is inversely proportional to this resistance. We call RP means resistance, means film resistance, you can say that. Okay, so this film resistance we are going to calculate. So how much higher film resistance means RP means lower the corrosion rate. Very simple way I am just telling to you. Otherwise, this whole course of impedance is about more than 10 lectures is there actually. Similarly, if you talk about the modulus of impedance point of view, if it is higher modulus of impedance, more resistance. When going to lower value, it is the more reaction. Similarly, as I told, pitting potential or current point of view, you can see breakdown potential when you increase chloride concentration. Means chloride is very aggressive environment. More chloride concentration, more reduction of pitting potential. You can see here. And more corrosion current density or passive current density, film current density. Okay, so you please remember that because this terminology I am going to use for the case study, which is higher, lower actually. So either RP point of view or the modulus of impedance point of view, you can say here. So chlorides, when you add more aggressive ions, more temperature, more some destructive way of film, means reduction of modulus of impedance or reduction of RP value or reduction of, you can say, pitting potential, you can say, or reduction of I passive value or corrosion current density, both are there. Okay, so this is the way minimum from my side for your case study. So I'll stop it right now. After the break, I will start my real corrosion problem of magnesium and ultrafine. Any doubts, please you can ask me. Okay, otherwise we can take combined with the final version, actually, means after completing the course. Yes, friends.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Arya. Any questions? Please, you can unmute yourself, or if you have any kind of network issues, you can write
Yes,
it on chat
Pankaj,
box.
Dr. Pankaj,
Yes, sir.
please
Pankaj, sir.
introduce yourself first. What you are doing, where are you?
Myself, Dr. Pankaj Kumar Singh from IIT BHU.
So you are faculty in IIT BHU.
Yeah, my question is behind this that you have
Are you
presented.
faculty in IIT BHU, Dr. Pankaj?
I am research scholar. I want to ask that.
Oh, you completed PhD or not?
Yeah.
Have you completed PhD?
Okay, I will tell. Just answer my question first. There
Please
is.
don't write doctor when you not completed PhD, please.
No, I have completed
Yes,
my PhD. Okay.
Okay, then congratulations. Please ask question.
One thing I want to ask in the diagram what you have presented
Yes.
initially, that magnesium you were representing as the active, as well as in another, in the same reaction you are representing is the passive. What is the reason behind
Okay.
that?
You are talking same, I think, galvanic series point of view, correct? If I'm not
Yes.
wrong.
Yes.
So see, any metal, not only magnesium, even any metal, I given very good example of stainless steel. And stainless steel means 304 if you take it, chromium containing 18% chromium, 8% nickel actually. So first to understand stainless steel will be much more better actually. If you put any metal immediately, each metal, when you give, there is some surface roughness, something maybe you can assume that some inhomogeneity in there. Immediately it will give you more reaction, and that is the way we call active dissolution. So means active condition, corrosion. After certain time, some corrosion product will form or the film passivity will start actually, like a chromium oxide will form immediately, and that will start slowly become the protective or film actually. In that particular case, there is a possibility of shifting of potential because representation, as I told, galvanic series or EMF series or Morbey diagram, it is a representation of thermodynamics potential base. So your potential will shift toward the positive direction. In that particular case, that's why they are representing in the passive condition rather than active condition. Yes, Dr. Pankaj?
No, sir. Can you show that PPT that you have shown during that time? I want to see that.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, this one, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here you see in the above, there is just below the stainless steel 1818, there is another magnesium. Okay, just a minute. Okay, in the last, this where is that magnesium part, sir? Actually, it is missing here.
It is in front of you.
I think just below this stainless steel, there was some magnesium. Okay, I think this
No,
this
there was
missing.
no magnesium. Whatever is here, magnesium, everything. I cannot hide magnesium now.
No, this time I think it is not. So no,
I think
no
you
problem. The
misunderstood.
same reaction you were presenting that thing, but here I think I am
Yeah.
not finding that thing, the magnesium.
Yeah, Dr.
I
Pankaj, please.
think that may be some other list, but okay, just
What
a
is your
minute.
question? Please, you ask question actually.
My question is that whatever the magnesium you were representing the passive initially, but the same
Yes.
reaction you were representing in the lower portion as active. How it is possible? The same reaction can be
That's
the
why
active and passive.
can you go this diagram, galvanic series point of view? This is the best series to understand the shifting of potential. So as I told you, if you talk about normal condition, in this normal condition like here, rather than magnesium, you talk about, because magnesium they have not given, because this series when they made the focus point is always steel and stainless steel actually. Okay, but it is true for any other. So if you talk about simplest condition, it is the here 18.8 stainless steel, correct?
18,
Active condition,
yes.
correct? That is called 304 stainless steel. Hopefully you know that. Okay, 304 stainless steel is the active condition. You can see this system.
Yes, sir.
Initially,
Both have the same thing, no? 1880 stainless steel. This is also the
yes,
same case.
yes.
Why you have presented in such a way?
That's why, na, why they represented, because that's why it is this is testing data. What they have done, they have calculated in the particular environment. Immediately, they will measure the potential. How to measure the potential? Even you can use the multimeter. You take one metal and with respect to reference or some potentiostat voltmeter ammeter, you are able to measure actually. That is not the problem. So immediately if you measure, the potential will be lower. What do you mean by lower? It is a negative, electronegative.
Negative.
Suppose minus 0.44, suppose iron case, simple case. When we measure after certain time, maybe suppose 1 hour, I immerse this one, after certain time, maybe going, mostly iron will go more down actually, suppose that. Or it's suppose shifted towards positive side. So why shifted positive side means something is formed. What is something? They given the terminology called passive film. There are some oxides film. It's clear?
Okay.
Okay, so anybody else?
Okay. Maybe in the after the second lecture, I will discuss this thing.
Yes, please. I'll be more happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Participants, any more questions? You can either write in the chat box or raise hand, or you can unmute yourself and I will direct it to the speaker.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please introduce yourself.
Murali,
Yeah.
assistant professor in chemistry.
Yeah,
I'm having
Dr. Murali,
experience of
please.
more than 31 years
Yeah,
experience.
please.
I worked in MNC and everything.
Yeah,
also,
please.
chemistry. But
Yeah.
the only one doubt is that
Yeah.
the joints and everything.
Can you speak loud, because somewhere is not coming. Yeah,
Oh,
little bit closer to
I
your
think internet
microphone.
problem or something.
Can you
That's
close?
what
Yeah, it's coming now.
you are able to hear, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Sir, in the joints and everything, this corrosion take place, no?
Yeah.
There, what will be the composition you will be doing?
Composition of what?
Yeah. That to avoid that corrosion.
You cannot see. Sometimes we cannot replace stainless steel. Suppose steel, nut and bolts.
Actually, steel or it is magnesium only, magnesium.
So you want to say to avoid. See, you require this fastener actually, nut and bolts you require. You have to create the threads. You have to create the pitches actually. So this top area, just 1 minute, that is a very active area. Even corrosion will start the sharp peak point. When you change the fold also, under stress, under that condition will be the active condition. So top area will be, or the bottom area, when you draw actually, that area is always a corrosion called active condition. Like you talk about, mostly mechanical engineer use the word called stress concentration.
Yeah, stress corrosion, correct.
Okay, but we as a corrosion engineer, we talk about the active concentration or active condition. Okay, so this condition will be there at the all the nut and bolt threaded actually. So threaded joint is always a problem. That's why we require punches actually to avoid. But punches is not everywhere is a solution. So that will be there. Then how to avoid? First, we know what is the environment. When I'm doing the developing my material, I know this material we are going to use actually for design aspect. If my corrosion, this product is going to use for coastal belt area, I know chloride is dangerous. Definitely, I will take a lot of precautions. But same time, what is the cost of product? I cannot make everything titanium alloy or magnesium alloy or the copper alloy. Steel is, as I told, 10 rupees kg. I cannot replace with the magnesium even 1000 rupees kg, which is not possible. Okay, so we have to survive either using some coating. A lot of coatings are there. Okay, and that coating will be going to protect. Hopefully, it will be reached to you.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Murali?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Yeah, thank you very
Correct,
much.
sir. That is but I ask whether any special composition will be there for the joints and everything?
No, no,
To
no,
avoid
no.
that.
There is no. You cannot. That is more dangerous.
Yeah.
The
that
moment
is
you
what-
change, it will become more galvanic, na?
Yeah, that is what it will go undergo. Okay.
No, it
Thank you.
is better. So it will be more dangerous because automatically two dissimilar system.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay. Yes. Anybody
Thank you,
else?
sir. Thank you.
Yeah, please. Most welcome.
Sir, Subhahini Krishna is actually asking you the book you mentioned for corrosion.
Yes.
So if you could write it in the chat box, I think most of
Yeah.
the
You write Google. Why you want? Google is everywhere.
yes sir, yes sir.
So corrosion engineering by Fontana.
Fontana, yes.
Fontana. G. Fontana. He's we call the god of corrosion engineering. For us, is the Bible or Gita, everything for us. Yeah, question please.
Participants, we do have time for interaction. If you have any kind of queries, please raise your hand or unmute yourself. If you have any kind of network issues, you can go ahead in chat box and write your questions. I would direct it to the speaker.
Good morning, sir. Is there any case studies, recent case studies related to major problems in regarding corrosion related problems, sir, in industries? Any case studies?
So many are there. It is published data is there. Published domain it is there. Corrosion is a very demanding subject. It is a highly interdisciplinary. It does not belong to mechanical, metallurgical, or chemistry. Or everybody is nowadays computer engineer. I'm working on artificial intelligence, deep learning theory. We published one paper actually. So computer engineer is also involved too. By using the image processing, I can calculate the corrosion actually, the future of corrosion. So it is interdisciplinary. Lot of literatures are available in open domain as well as the what is called the scientific domain. Like if you go to the research publication from the Science Direct or the means Elsevier or the Springer, etc., you will get it. Lot of things.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So guys,
Any participants, any more questions?
क्यों समझ में नहीं आया क्या corrosion? Participants got both? Yes or no?
No sir, no.
सर corrosion तो आप अच्छा समझाया सर.
Thank you very
Actually
much.
वो real world problem के साथ है या कुछ examples के साथ बोला तो वो थोड़ा अच्छा हो जाती है.
Yes, correct. That's why I given you now failure about the Titanic. At least you forget about your Titanic. You please rewatch Titanic.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Please watch one more movie called Miracle Landing. There is a corrosion fatigue. I've not shown that PPT. Miracle Landing, extraordinary movie.
सर मूवी से ना रियल वर्ल्ड इंडस्ट्रीज में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है मोस्ट रिसेंट वो थोड़ा सा बेटर अच्छा रहता है.
You are getting insights. See how you are watching movie. Titanic, when I seen 90 when released, I was in BTech from NIT Jaipur, so I know getting ticket was very tough actually. And one of the best theater in Jaipur is I'm forgetting the name, Prem Prakash, but name is changed now. I mean, I have seen the heroine point of view, or hero point of view. I never thought about the Titanic failure point of view. Now when I use that movie, I'm always searching where it started fail. So it will change actually. After this lecture, if you watch huge Miracle Landing, if you see the movie and you see the Titanic, or you go to read some World Trade Center failure or Bhopal gas tragedy, you will enjoy actually.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, please. So no more question. I'll just take a break and after lunch, I think, correct? Dr.
Sure,
Chetan, what
sure,
is
sir.
time? What is time?
Now it's 1:03, sir. So we will
1:03.
yes, sir. We will meet at 2 o'clock, sir.
2 o'clock. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you very much once again.
Okay.
everyone.
So participants, we will go for lunch break now, and I again request your humble self to be on time. So that we can hear the second part of this.
Yeah, now
interesting-
at least I can share with you some case study of my
Yes, sir,
own
yes.
research beyond the magnesium with magnesium also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. please, I ask every participant humble self to be here on time so that we can continue with this session. Thank you. Take care. We will meet around 2.
So Dr. Chetan, I'm leaving now. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.